Okay, yeah, hello everyone. This is Dr. Akif. Basically, this video we are making to help all the newcomers who just finished their NEET PG entrance and wanted to join in various hospitals, and they have a confusion whether to choose a MD or a DNB or to choose in a government hospital or a private sector. And many of the students are not much aware of what actual DNB is, and many of the branches which are actually not much aware in our government hospitals are actually available in DNB as well. So they wanted to always have this enthusiasm to know what those branches, how will be the scope of those branch in future, and to have the detail about it. So today we'll be basically talking about emergency medicine in DNB. So for talking to that, we have our guest, Dr. Pooja Verma, who has just finished her emergency medicine. Okay, so let's talk to Pooja directly. Hi, Pooja.
Hi, first let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Pooja. I have done my post-graduation in emergency medicine from PD Hinduja Hospital, Mumbai. Currently, I am working as a senior resident in AIMS, New Delhi. So, Dr. Akif said this thing, emergency medicine, most of the people doesn't know about it. What is emergency medicine? What kind of the things we usually deal in this branch? And is it like emerging branch, or whether we are having scope in this or not, whether further we can do the super specialty. There are so many questions regarding that because it is a emerging, and since 2014 it is like as a DNB emergency medicine, it has been started. For the PG, going to do PG candidate, I would like to tell you what is basically emergency medicine. If you So basically, emergency medicine is a very good branch for a people who wants to do clinical. It is a kind, they will have the everything, every departmental emergencies is gonna to be there. You can see, you can learn, you can assess. So primary assessment and the dealing part, making diagnosis to deal with the emergency is your part only. So this is basically the emergency medicine. So basically, I will tell you about myself when I have joined emergency medicine. So I was not having much idea about it. I was just like, okay, I want to join the hospital, and I just took it like that. But really, within the 14 days, I really like this branch, and right now I can say I am very much satisfied with this job. So with the will come what is like how's the course, why DNB, whether the DNB is good, whether the MD emergency medicine is good, what are the colleges, and also I will come to that point. See, so MD emergency and DNB emergency, both are having their equal benefit. Both are the equal branch. There is no difference in the doing the MD emergency medicine and the DNB emergency medicine. So as like MD emergency medicine basically running in the government medical colleges like the AIMS, JIPMER, and Dharmil. So obviously they are having the benefit over the, you know, the load of the patient they are having, the variety of the patient they are having. I will say like the DNB, because it is running in the mostly in the private college, private hospitals, or mostly in the semi-private college hospitals. Load also they are having the good load, but the variety I will say key in government hospital it is very good. But the benefit of doing in a private setup or in the DNB medical college, I will say, you will really deal with the emergency. You don't have to, have your patient like 5 days or 6 days. You are not going to do the medicine. You are going to do the emergency medicine. So I will say that is a plus point of. So it is a plus point of the DNB hospitals. They are really handling the emergency. Mostly people like having questions in a private medical hospital, whether they are allowing you to touch the patient or not. So I guess I have done from the private medical college, and I had all the right to touch the patient. We have learned so many procedures and all. So basically, it's a pure clinical branch, and people who are really interested, they will like this branch.
So basically, that's a route most of the people have nowadays. See, it's a private institute. It's a corporate hospital. So most of the students all the time they have doubt whether they'll be allowed to touch patients, whether they'll be allowed to do procedures or not. So can you just brief whichever hospital you have done, like Hinduja hospital you have done? So are you allowed to do
Yeah.
procedures, or you are
Yes,
not
yes,
allowed to do
yes,
procedures? And
yes.
what all procedures
Yes.
you have done that will help our students as well?
So, in Hinduja Hospital, obviously, in emergency, because it's 24/7 over, you are absolutely free to make your decision by your gut feeling whether a patient is like, let's say a patient is coming. So you are the first one who is who is like having the first contact with the patient. So from that time, whatever you are feeling, to take the history, to run the investigations, to make a diagnosis, if you are thinking there is a need of putting central line or the intubate the patient, the everything, like, you are going to take the decision. Yes, absolutely, there will be a senior along with you, with whom you can take the knowledge ki, yeah, whether I should go forward with this or not. So it is nothing like that. You are not allowed to touch the patient. So being in Hinduja, I have done multiple intubations, central line. Yes, the load was like trauma and all. There was less. So I will say the like chest tube insertion and all. There was not that much, but yes, when a senior is there, if you want to do it, if you are confident enough, you can do it. And there are seniors who can teach you as well there. So there is a very good prospect of learning all those kind of the procedure in the emergency.
Okay, that was very
So
useful. Actually. Pooja, another thing many students want to know is how is the academics at your hospital? So whether the teaching classes
yeah,
was there
so
or not, that also they want to know actually.
academic question is a little bit tricky. So I will go because right now I'm working in a government medical college. So I know how good academics are there and how academics in the DNB medical colleges. So basically, DNB medical college may depends ki how's the faculty over there. If you are choosing a medical college depending on the like DNB, whether you are going to take the DNB or the MD, I will rather suggest to go by the faculty. Who is the faculty over there, whether they are having the academic session or not. Because sometimes clinical knowledge you can get from any hospital. If you are there and you are having so many patients, you can get. But if the faculty is not running the classes, you will not have your academics. All the study you have to do by it by yourself. But yes, in government medical colleges, they are having the regular case presentations, their journal presentations, they are having round the clock classes, bedside rounds. They teach you a lot. Yeah, this is here I will say somewhere uh, in the DNB academics में might be थोड़ा सा है problem, but otherwise just not as per the classes. Otherwise, everything apart from that, academic activities like the rotational postings we have, like the radiology, being the ENT, being in opthal or ortho in ICU, we are regularly posted in a 1 to 2 months for the 15 days or in for a 1 month. We are going there as a rotational posting. We are learning from there what could be their emergencies. Then other academic activity, I will say like the thesis part, that is also very strict in DNB as well. So you get a MD kind of the 1 year exposure for the thesis. You have to complete your thesis. There are other academic activities like paper presentation and I will say poster presentation. If you have a nice case presentation, so you will get a nice platform on a national and the international basis. So you can present your all the cases, all the papers. So academically, just yes, I will say that depends which college you are choosing, how's the faculty over there. But academics will be the same as the MD and the DNP.
Okay, yeah, that was useful, Pooja. And one more thing, Pooja, you might be knowing, even I have done from a DNB, so there is a lot of time people are fear from taking DNB because of the pass rate. What they feel is the passing in
Yes.
DNB is very, very difficult. And because of that fear, they keep reading for years and years, wasting those years and not taking DNB prior. So what do you suggest about emergency medicine overall, not in your only institute, otherwise, overall, how is the pass percentage in emergency medicine?
This is the I will say being an MD, because they are having the internals as well as the external or internal, and obviously there is somewhere there is a biasing is there, right? But DND, we just get the center, we have to go there. You don't know who is the examiner. So it is a totally unbiased process. Okay. So I don't think if you are like have done well in your theory and if you are quite confident enough in your practical, there is no like you will not get through it. Yes, definitely passing rate का there is a issue कि थोड़ा सा कम है एमडी में जहाँ पे सारे पास हो जाते हैं डीएनटी में कहीं ना कहीं रहता है बट आई विल से इफ यू आर गुड throughout your all the 3 years you are good in academic you are if good in practical knowledge basically you should have the basic your basic should be clear if you are having that you will get clear that is like not a rocket science to clear a dnb the I mean the people who are thinking dnb is very tough not like that.
Okay, I think yeah, that should help to remove the fears from our students actually, because yeah, they have a lot of fears on that because even
Basically it is how you are doing entire 3 years
exactly.
that
Yeah.
uh, have a great impact on that.
Okay. And also one more thing, like many of the students also have the doubts that yeah, after passing out from a DNB, so many of the fear
Yes.
that there is a differentiation which being done from and compared to MD, they are being differentiated that DNB is considered as inferior in private sector or anything. Do you feel anything you have faced like that? Because I personally have not felt
Nothing.
anything like that.
I am the example in front of you. I have done AIMS Rishikesh. I left from after 3 months. Right now, I am doing in AIMS Delhi. So I don't think there is any kind of the differentiation between the MD and the DNP. There is none. Even if you go to the private sector as a senior resident or as a clinical associate, there is none. So the amount of the salary we are getting, we are getting. The knowledge they are having, we are having. So there is no as such. I mean, even to say that they are getting this and we are getting this, this is like it is a derogatory for the DNP. It is nothing like that because believe me, I have given interviews for the private as well. There is nothing like that. And for the future aspect, I will say DNB emergency medicine because it is there are only two things MD and the DNB in the emergency medicine field. There are further different courses like MEM, like there's a diploma in the emergency medicine. There are also running. So private may sometime because to have to occupy the seats and all, they take the MEM. Sometimes you have to work with them, and it's like not MCI recognized, still they are were working. So I will say ki the problem is in that, not in the MD and the DMD.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was useful. Pooja, one more question was there, like in future, like once you have finished your emergency medicine, so many of them
Yes.
have a doubt that whether they can start their own private practice or if they want to do any super specialty, what are the options available for emergency medicine people?
So see, as I told, this is just started in the 2014 DNP emergency medicine. Okay, so it is a very new branch. So last year, one medical college have to have their own emergency medicine department, which should be starting by the 2022. So I will say, if you are asking from a future prospect, so emergency medicine have a very bright future. The people who are right now doing, you can say, the kind of pioneer kind of in emergency medicine, they can get job easily. Right, even right now, I can say this: we are getting so many offers, like all over the India. If you want to relocate, if you want to shift, it is very easy for the emergency medicine because abhi tak it was in the private, but now it will come into the government as well. So it will be all over the India. You don't have any problem for searching a job. Second thing, for the super specialization, there is a one branch critical care medicine. So you can do post that. So if you are planning to do in a ICU, you want to a faculty, you want to a intensivist, then after the emergency medicine, you can do that as well. So actually the problem was that I will not lie. So this year there's some circular came ki emergency medicine is not eligible to give the critical care medicine, but that has been removed. In this year, you can give the emergency medicine, people can give the critical care medicine. But yeah, further what happened, you can never say. But I will say, even if there is no super specialization, because of this new branch, you have a very good future prospect in this branch.
Okay, so that was good. Pooja, one more thing, that can emergency medicine people can put their own clinic or practice like on can they see OPDs and all? That was a few questions I've got from few of the
Yes.
people.
Yes, so yeah, as an emergency, because I will say as an emergency, you are not just the emergency physician who are just dealing with the primary assessment kind of thing and then you are done with the patient. You go through with the starting, you know the exact what is happening with the patient, what is the exact history of the patient. Yes, I will say ki there will be in the long term, if you want to keep the patient like 14 or 15 as a admitting part, I will not say. But yes, as a OPD, you can see. As a even as a trauma center, if you want to start your OPD as a trauma, even you want to start your trauma center, you can start as an emergency physician. You know, the good thing is that you know all the emergency which can come, being a cardiac, being a neuro, being a onco, hematological, and trauma. Great. So, as well as the OPD, I will say, and the trauma, you can run. Emergency physician can run.
Okay. Yeah, one more thing, last question, Pooja. Actually, was Hinduja your first option, or do you have any other options prior to that? Like you wanted to do
That
somewhere
is a
else, or
tricky
why do you
question.
choose
Actually,
Hinduja
I was,
as well?
I will, that is a tricky question. I won't lie. I didn't have anything in my mind when I went to the counseling. So there was that entirely different issue when I went for the counseling. I wanted to opt for the gynae. I didn't even heard about the Hinduja hospital that time.
Okay.
So some personal reason I chose emergency medicine in Hinduja. But right now, currently, I can say that that was the best decision I have ever made in my life, and I have no regret of doing that. That was a great decision, and this is the great branch I have opted.
Okay, so that was good to hear. And one more thing, can you help our students in knowing any other branches you feel was good at Hinduja Hospital if they want to choose any other branches? About
Medicine is superb. Medicine consultants are very good for the medicine, and I guess, and you are also from the medicine from there, so you can also say this thing. You can agree with this thing because
yes.
all the consultants in the medicine are very, very good, very knowledgeable, and the classes in the journal, everything is really good. Even the hemat is really good there. Medical onco is good.
Okay. Okay, so
That's
Pooja, can you, or do you want to suggest anything to our juniors who are going to attend the counseling? Will you advise them to take a DNB, or will you suggest them ki they should wait for one more year and prepare for MD? Because that was the
no, no,
question I
no.
was
There is
getting.
nothing
Many
like
people
that.
were
There is
calling
no,
for that.
no, no. There is no point of wasting one more year. Okay, MD over the DNB, I will say. So it is always, I will say, choose your branch, what you want to do,
Yeah.
because this is gonna to be with you lifetime. This is a very important decision you are going to make. Once you are in that field, you are in that field, and you have to do entire life. And if you don't like your field, you cannot do it. I have done PSM. I've chosen PSM. I did for 1 year. I left that. So I can tell you, it was in MAMC. It is a great college. Everybody said, ki, you know, it is a very good college. You at least you will get a tag. Nice college, but no, colleges doesn't matter. So until unless it is not a very high-fi college, that doesn't matter. So whether you are getting a MD or whether you are getting a DNB, it is you should always go with what branch you want. DNB, MD doesn't matter. After 3 years in market, you all are same.
Okay, yeah, Pooja, that was a good session. I think that clarified all our doubts. I think even the juniors who will be watching these videos will that this video will be very much helpful. So even what I'll suggest is to all the students who are there, it's always because the medical course itself is a very long course. We should not waste many years. So yes, yes, of course, if you want a branch of your choice, only that time you can compromise. Maybe you can give another attempt or that. Otherwise, if your branch is, if you are clear in your minds with your branch, should definitely choose whatever you're getting. Doesn't matter whether it is MD, DNB, or from which institute. So I think that should be good enough for our students. I hope everyone have liked this video. If you have any other doubts about the emergency medicine or any other branch you want to know, please post comment in our comment box. We'll get back to you soon. Yeah, thank you, Pooja. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Yeah.
Okay.